so many people, and it's hard to find that same thing that I've been looking for. No shade to the city though. I love the city who shall not be named for anonymity purposes. Anonymity. Okay, so today essentially like give up a lot of parts of themselves, because we have so much insecurity, and it sort of asks you to question that, and to, I'm probably not explaining this very well. It's 9, it's the middle of the school week. I'm tired. The kids' field trip got canceled today because they were being so bad. I mean, mainly it was the class next door and we were going together. But, yeah. It's these COVID babies. Okay, anyways, I lost my train of thought, so I'm gonna read this. In 2023, I, a 23 female, lost my late boyfriend unexpectedly. It was devastating. He was a huge part of my life, as we were childhood best friends, and then dated for three years. After he passed, I got a meaningful tattoo in his memory. Now, I'm dating someone new recently. Things have been going well overall, and he knew about my late boyfriend, but recently he actually saw the tattoo and took notice to it in proper detail. He got visibly upset. He said it made him feel disrespected and like I'm not over my ex. Damn. He basically implied I should remove or cover it up. I tried to explain the grief and love are black and white, and that honoring the past doesn't mean I can't be present in your relationship. Valid. But he just kept saying it's weird and made him feel second best. Am I overreacting for being hurt by this reaction? Or is it fair that he feels threatened by a piece of my past? Okay. I don't know what you guys think, but for me personally, oh my god, there's so many cars outside. For me personally, in my professional opinion, not so professional opinion, no girl, you are not the asshole. I think that we have to be accepting of our partner's pasts. Like if you enter into a relationship with someone, you do not suddenly outweigh their history. Their love for other people, their grief for other people doesn't disappear once you enter into someone's life. We are complex beings, and we can hold multiplicities, and a past is not a threat. Your love and grief for a partner who passed away, especially, is not a threat. Healing is not linear, and someone else's presence in your life doesn't change that. I think that we can hold a lot more. Some of us have very wide capacities for love. I would say that most of us do. And there is nothing wrong with honoring that in whatever way helps you. And if that's a tattoo, that's fine. It's something to memorialize a part of your relationship, a part of your past, something that was deeply, deeply important to you with someone that you deeply, deeply loved. And to ask someone to cover that up or to see that as a threat, frankly, reeks of insecurity. And is low-key has set strict rules. And I'm not sure if I can keep going like this. Hi everyone. I have been in a relationship with my boyfriend for almost a year now. And although a lot of my things are great between us, there are also some stuff that really bother me and are starting to feel like red flags. I'm unsure if I should proceed with the relationship under the rules he's been enforcing, or if I can keep tolerating his weird opinions. One of my biggest issues is that he asked me to cut off my boy best friend of 4 years. I had an album on my phone where I had saved photos and videos of us because he is one of my best friends. None of it was appropriate, just memories. He said that it gave him the wrong idea and that I have to stop talking to him. Another thing that really gets to me is that he doesn't let me wear short skirts anymore. If I wear safety shorts underneath, even if I wear safety shorts underneath, he said he doesn't want me to look like a whore. Oh, absolutely not. I already was like, but no, okay, I guess I'll keep reading. We also had a big argument over what swimsuit I should wear this summer. He's against bikinis. He doesn't want me to have male attention or seek male attention. Okay, I'm gonna skip through that. He also demands I'm home before 8:30 p.m. I live in a city and have a 1-hour ride home using public transit. Most of the time I come back from a day with my friends sooner than he tells me to, and said he felt disrespected, that I always make the same mistake, and that's way too risky for me to travel that late by myself. That sounds like a crazy excuse for this man to just like completely control this world sphere, which is like exactly what narcissists do. He checks my phone sometimes. My friend sent me a TikTok, and it was about some gym guy humbling another. It was a meme, but he felt uncomfortable that she sent me a video of a shirtless guy. Wow, okay. He also told me I can't have any group of friends if there are males involved, and I shouldn't have any close, friendly communication with guys at all. On top of that, he regularly calls women whores online for posting gym pictures and even leaves comments under their videos. He has some really misogynistic opinions, and while he's always ready with arguments to support them, it's something I'm comfortable with. Girls, sorry, but you're gonna sound like the bad guy. Like, why are you with a misogynistic man? Like, that is not being a girl's girl. I want to also ever mention the good side as well. Okay, I'm not reading that. He told me that he'll take care of everything, all expenses, support me through school. Once we move in together. And right now he's very supportive in many ways. Okay. All of this sounds like someone who is, I don't know how to like talk about these. Do I say you or do I say this post? I'm gonna say you because that feels more like colloquial. Yeah, this all sounds like controlling behavior that, like, even with the good side, that is like, oh, I will take care of you and like do this and this, it's still putting her in a position where she's like financially reliant on him. Oh, and where like he has full access to her and control over her. Controlling a woman's outfits, like what she wears, is such a red flag. I mean, there's so many red flags in this, but that's like something that's super common. But it's such a red flag because, like, I'm sorry, we get to express ourselves however we want. Like, we get to feel sexy. you're constantly being told that something is too much or something is not enough or you have to look a certain way. I'm all for just like let women live, and when you have a partner you just have to trust them, and trust is a choice, and if you can't trust them, whether you have your own insecurity and demons or they have proven to you, genuinely proven to you, that you cannot trust them. I'm losing my train of thought. ADHD. Unless they have proven to you, you have to make the decision to stay or go. Because trust is everything. Calling women whores. Yeah, that's just like an awful person. Like, point blank. Like, I don't. And also, like, I wouldn't trust that for a second. I think that that's just like, I think that this man would cheat 100%. People that are like so adamant as someone who has been chronically cheated on. Oh my god, I could make so many ASMR videos about this. I've been chronically cheated on. My trust issues were so severe, and it has taken work. But yeah, it is always like people who are deeply insecure, or people that are deeply judgmental of women, that are always like attracted to those women, or are always like cheating. So that's just a big red flag for me. Controlling her, like hanging out with friends, and when she gets home, it's, yeah, I think that obviously all this is say, my advice, leave that man. Leave right now. Protect your peace. Be with someone who is not trying to mold you or control you, but accepts you for who you are. And you should be able to have friends of the opposite sex. Sorry. I see so many posts on here. There, I'm out. So many posts. Sorry, I'm realizing that like I don't like where I'm placed in this camera. I'm just a certified burper today. I don't know. Oh yeah. So, having friends of the opposite sex, that is a completely normal thing. I swear. It's like, not every encounter with someone of the opposite sex is a possible sexual encounter. That's like a very heterosexual mindset that I think is just like so debilitating, because it stops you from exploring so many possible connections. And if like the only way that you can stop your partner from cheating on you or leaving you is by like lessening their access to like a person of the opposite sex, you shouldn't be with that person, because your person the person that you were supposed to be with, is someone who could come across someone who maybe checks every box. Because the truth is, and come to you with open communication, you would have to trust that, like, they're not gonna want to pursue, like, every attractive person they come across or every friend they make of the opposite sex. Because if they do behave that way, then you shouldn't be with them. Yeah, I think it's a crazy thing to try to control that, and I think we have to lessen our grip on our partners in romantic relationships and enter into them with like a lot more curiosity. Like when this guy said, "Oh, I see this folder that you have with this guy, and it's like memories. Why just cut off communication? Why go straight to being controlling? Like, we need to first ask the important questions, like, and just express ourselves in healthy ways. Hey, this makes me uncomfortable because it feels like very, I don't know, like something that I would do for a romantic partner. Can you, like, lessen this anxiety or kind of explain it to me, or can we have a sit-down conversation about that?" It's not that hard. Okay, let's go on to our next Reddit post. This is like another one that's on the same vibe. I want something like juicy, where I'm like, no, you're not the asshole, like, or yes, you are the asshole, or yeah, yes, you are the asshole. I want some of those. I don't think this one will be that one though. Help, I need some advice. My 25 female fiance, 20 male. My 25 female fiance, 28 male, and I have had a rough road in our relationship. We have been together for 3 years, engaged insecure man. Don't do it. And just don't date insecure people in general. Okay, that's not true. That's not fully true. There's like levels. We all have our insecurities, but like insecure to the point that they like push it onto you, whether that's through control or guilt or whatever. I think I'll just do one more because I'm so sleepy. And then I told my housemate I would have a beer with her, and then we both took a nap, and I'm gonna go check and see if she still wants to. Okay. What should I do? Am I the asshole for leaving a party early so I wouldn't have to drive my best friend home? Am I the asshole for expecting my girlfriend to pay rent when she moves in with me? I don't know how to love my boyfriend as intensely as I used to after being cheated on by my ex-husband. 21 female girl with an ex-husband. A lot of people are marrying young. Like, maybe I'm just in a bubble, but all my friends, like, I've been meeting more people that are like from like the Midwest, and a lot of their friends are like married and they're my age, which is so crazy. I guess it's not that crazy, but for me, I'm like, I feel like I'm still barely just figuring it out. So for people to like be married and have a house and like a baby on the way and they're 23 is sort of insane to me. When I'm like, I'm impressed if I cook myself 3 meals a day, you know. Am I the asshole for finding out my boyfriend is a cyberbully? I have no idea if people still use that term anymore, but you get the point. I found that my 30 female boyfriend, 20 male, is extremely mean to people on a game he plays on his phone, like calling strangers homophobic, racist, sexual slurs, and etc. And he thinks it's funny. He is mostly nice in real life, and he's especially nice to strangers, which is why it's extra weird how incredibly vile his comments are. I find it incredibly immature, and it grows turn off, and he thinks it's funny to call randos names like he's in 6th grade in a Call of Duty lobby. I told him this, and he shrugged it off because he thinks it's funny that other people do it to him on the app, but am I the asshole? Sometimes these am I the assholes. It's like, my boyfriend hits me and says like, and is extremely racist and awful, and I don't like that. Am I the asshole, guys? And it's like, girl, you're on the wrong subreddit. Like, we all know who's the asshole. Yes, this man is the asshole. Of course he is. Like, what? I'm sorry. I have no space for people, and I understand, like, the cycle of abuse. I understand that things are complicated. I understand that we become like, we live in like capitalism, and we become reliant on people to live, and that it's really hard to like not have a partner, like, and especially if you have kids, and especially if you're financially like reliant, you know, like you get funneled into like this thing. But like there is like a certain degree where like the less I guess, what's the word, there's a side of me that situation. But like, my eye just going off. But like, just calling it incredibly immature. Like, no, he sucks. Like, this man sucks. That, if I found out that about my partner, that would be an immediate no. Like, immediately, you're gone. You are out. And I don't know. I find the people on the internet that just like exist to be awful and cruel. Like, there's so much of that